Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you my personal strategy tool, and I use this tool so that I will create strategy to my own channel. So if that is something exciting to you, go ahead and
Subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of the content that I'm sharing twice per week. Let's watch the presentation.
the YouTube channel planner. What to expect from it? You can expect channel differentiation, which means that you have a unique solution for a specific problem, targeted audience, benchmarking and competition. And I mentioned before that the best way to use benchmarking and competition is to see what other people who are responding to the same problem are not doing. What are the gaps? What are the things that they missed mentioning? What are the things that you might have needed to hear them saying, but they're not saying? What are the tools that they're not sharing? What are the insights that you can bring to the audience? And then you take it from there and you present it to your audience and you create this originality. The last thing is linking your channel to a sustainable business. And I talked about this a little bit before, and I mentioned that the greatness of YouTube is being used as a marketing tool so that you can lead traffic from YouTube to your existing business. So that is absolutely crucial. The YCB is based on the Lean Canvas, which is a business planning tool. I've customized this in a way that is short, focused, and it is YouTube specific. You can download this document that I'm sharing here, and it details exactly everything you need to know about YCB and how to use it. And if you look at the end of the document, I have created a template for you where you just need to go and plug in the answers for everything. So it is super easy and simple. Let's see why it's easy and simple. It's easy and simple because it's based on answering 4 question criteria. So there are very clear questions. You would answer them, and by the time you're done with answering these questions, you will figure out that okay, this is everything you needed for your strategy. And then you can extract the information you fed to the tool so that you created your intro, and also it will help you to develop a lead magnet. So if you're ready to do this, be aware that I'm gonna pick your brain about few things. The first thing is to make sure that the problem you're trying to solve is a real problem. Is it a significant problem? Is it a true pain that other people are experiencing? Is it worth your time? Are people looking for a solution to it? So that's what I mean when I say make sure it's a real problem. Put some effort in researching existing solutions. And what I did is I took a look at the people who are providing solutions for online passive income. What are their strategies, and not necessarily what they have mentioned explicitly. What are the implicit strategies? How do they do it? How much insights are they giving? How realistic are their solutions? Is it convincing? And again, what are the things that I could bring that they have probably missed? What are the gaps? And you guys, there are always gaps because no one sees the problem or the solution from your unique perspective. Consider your experience, consider what you are looking for, what you are seeking, what you wish that someone would have told you 10 years ago. Go ahead and share that with everyone else. And then we've got the benchmarking, and benchmarking is absolutely necessary because you don't want to go low. You don't want to start from zero. You want to check what are the standards of everyone else and build on that so that you can survive the competition. You guys, this is the YCB. These are the questions that you need to be answering. What is the problem you're trying to solve? Is it a critical problem? Do you identify with it? Does it have serious implications? So, for example, the problem that I'm trying to solve is the lack of cash, lack of money, and then in the conventional way, in employment, as you're trying to create this money, you end up losing your life basically. So is money is really difficult to get, but is that the case? Well, definitely not in the solution that I'm providing. So what are the existing solutions? Some people might tell you try trading, create your own company. There are other solutions, right? What are the existing solutions? And this leads me back to the point that I was mentioning, benchmarking and really checking what is there, what are the people talking about, what do they know? Because sometimes you might know something, you've been doing it all your life, and you think that's how everyone else is doing and that's how people are living their lives, and then to your surprise people are not doing it. So perhaps that is something worth sharing. The second group, and you can guys see that the cards are in different colors. So the second group is what are the gaps in the existing solution. So let's say someone is providing a solution about X topic. You realize that there is a shortage in the solution he's providing, or she is not providing real insight. She's not putting her personal experience. The solution lacks something and you can spot it. So go ahead and provide whatever you believe is a gap. How will you solve the problem? Okay, so you research the market, you know that this problem is significant, and then you decide, okay, that's going to be my solution. Let's take me for an example. I'm providing a solution for online passive income. So, how am I approaching it? I'm approaching it through a systematic methodology that if you follow it from A to Z, the results that you are seeking. So that's why I specified the first few videos about strategy. For those who would start with me, who would join me early on in the journey, can have it clear in their mind that you cannot just start and create videos. You have to have a strategy in place, and in this video I'm showing you exactly how to create this strategy, and you guys, you will see that it's easy. You just need to know what are the right questions and what are the answers for them. So moving on to group number 3 of questions. Why is your solution different? Now, everyone has got to take a minute with themselves when they provide a solution and ask themselves this question. Why is it different? X is talking about it, Y is talking about it. What is the real insight that you are providing? And be very specific about this with yourself. If you continue watching this video, I'll give you examples. So even if you look at these questions and you think they're difficult, they wouldn't be as difficult by the time that you see the examples. And moving forward, how will you measure the success of your solution? So, what are the metrics? And I will give you examples later. The last question is, how would you turn an unaware visitor into an interested customer? What is your clear one liner message that you want to send across? So, I would say, for example, I will help you to create online passive income through utilizing YouTube. That's it. You know that I'm using YouTube and that I'm going to share with you other methodologies and other ways to actually create a sustainable online business. Okay, let's come on to the second part. What is your ideal customer looks like? And I know that this is easy to say, but in reality it's very hard because people might think that it's no, it's for everyone. I'm providing a solution for everyone. No, please don't provide a solution for everyone. You want to target, you want to target your customers. You want to know, well, are you targeting women? Are you targeting kids? Are you targeting men? Who are you targeting? What is their nationality? And your nationality will determine the language that you would speak in your videos, in case you speak more than 2 languages. And what is the nationality you're targeting? Are you specific to a certain region? Is the problem you're trying to solve specific to a certain region? Is it much more appreciated in a certain region than others? What is your exposure? Do you have an international exposure, or is your exposure limited to a certain geographical area? What is the age, interest, behaviors of your ideal customer, your ideal client? Who's that person you're providing a solution to? And I talked about this in my previous videos, and I say talk to the people you belong to. Talk to the people you are able to relate to their problems and you understand them and they understand you in return. Which platforms would you use to promote your channel? Is your audience existing in your selected platforms? So, for example, for me, I started by using my favorite platforms because I know how these platforms work. I know what is the algorithm. I know how these platforms work. I know that the audience that I'm targeting exists in them. And most importantly, I already have sustainable followers in these platforms. A lot of them are my friends, and then there are like my followers and people who are interested in me personally. So what you want to do, especially at the beginning, is to divert that personal interest in you to your business. And at a certain point, people wouldn't be interested in you. They would be much more interested in your business and in the solution you are providing. But you want to use all the resources that you've got at the moment. So what are you selling? What is your target customers pay to get additional to the free content you provide? So if you are on YouTube, yes, you're gonna be providing free content, but what do they want additionally to this free content? Do they need an A to Z solution, a subscription service, maybe a community? Here are the details. If you go through this presentation, I take you exactly through the details of how you identify the problem, how you identify your solution, and how you identify your value, and then the segment. For the sake of this video only, I will jump right away to an example. So this is an example. It's not my personal example. That's not something that I'm doing, but I picked my brain a little bit to come up with answers to it. This is an example for, let's say, Juan, and Juan is trying to provide a solution for working from home. But it's not only working from home; it's working from home life balance tips, because a lot of people nowadays are working from home and their life balance is totally ruined. So let's see what Juan has in mind. What is the problem you're trying to solve? So she's saying life imbalance of working from home, and then she details it a little bit. People work more hours than required. Sometimes it happens because you're working from home, especially those who are doing maybe customer service for private companies. I heard a lot of people saying that, well, we work until 10 p.m., we work longer hours because we're working from home now. So the work is not really limited to a place, right? You're not just in the office, you're at home. You are more approachable, let's say. Another part of the problem or implementation of the problem, behavior of the problem, is working while homeschooling your kids. And that is one of the challenges for a lot of employees out there, or a lot of entrepreneurs who no longer have to can go to the office, right? Because now, at the same time that you're working, you have to homeschool your kids. So how do you balance that? And then finally, separating your work from life is impossible. Why is that impossible? Because you are in the same place, you're at home. In the past, it used to be like you go to the work and then you have this flip and you just switch off the working hours, working time, and you go home. But now your work is from home. Now, is it a critical problem? Well, based on everything that I described in the problem itself, yes, it is a critical problem. Do you feel it? Is my audience feeling it? Yeah. Well, there are so many ways to check if people are feeling it. Just keep your ears and your eyes open to everything around you. And if you realize that that is a problem that you are touching in people's life, and you might be a little bit advanced on it, like you have a solution for it, you could be having like some tips to solve it. You could be constantly researching this problem, and you figured out not necessarily the whole solution, but at least a part of it, or you are more open to go and figure out what is the solution for it. It's something that concerns you. So if it's significant for people, and it's interesting for you, then go ahead and pick that as your problem. And it's absolutely fine to pick more than 2 or 3 problems and then just detail them and figure out if they're significant or not. So this could be your first filter to this problem. Well, is it a significant problem? Am I able to get insight to it? Do I know what people think about it? Do I know what people want as a solution for it? am I able to provide a solution for it? Because it could be like a problem for everyone and you feel it, but you've got no idea and you've got no clue how to solve it. So that's how you figure out if that is the right problem. Now, what are the existing solutions? Well, for Juan's problem, the existing solutions are effectively working from home online courses or working from home tips. There are some articles, there are some people are writing about this on LinkedIn, for example, over the internet. And there are some homeschooling material. For kids who are absolutely homeschooling, there are some YouTube channel about homeschooling and how to do it. But what are the gaps? What are the gaps in the existing solution? So basically, Juan is saying articles and group discussions. She couldn't find articles that illustrates the problem or gives great insight to the solution as much as she hoped for or as much as she could provide. There are no group discussions. She needs a community. She needs some support. There are no videos yet. There are no courses. There are not A to Z courses of how to do it. So she figured out, okay, these are these gaps, and perhaps she can do something about it. And now the question that is critical comes: how will you solve this problem, Juan? She says effectively working from home tips. She's got some working from home tips, techniques to manage your time, space, and information flow. And by information flow, it is how you manage your emails. So you have like so many emails now. How do you manage them? How do you schedule? What are the tools that you should be using? What are the applications? And finally, tips on working from home and teaching your kids at the same time. So how do you do that? The kids are on YouTube all the time. So how do you do it? How do you block YouTube from their devices? Because there are solutions, you guys. If there is a problem, then there are solutions to it. You just need to be a little bit creative figuring out the solution for it. The fifth question is, why is your solution different? Now, her solution is different because it's a comprehensive solution for working from home parents. So she's touched a little bit here about her target. By answering these questions, she realized that the biggest pain could be from those who are parents. It's not just working from home. Yes, you could benefit from her solution, but if you are a parent, then she's giving you a comprehensive solution. Okay, how will you measure the success of your solution? And here I just want to share something with you guys. Take it a little bit easy on yourself. Have your expectations realistic. So don't be like, okay, I want to reach like 1 million subscribers in 1 month. Be a little bit realistic, because the more realistic you are, the easier it is for you to achieve those small wins. And once you build on like steps of winning, you're not disappointing yourself and you're just full of energy and you believe more that you can do it. So let's take it easy. So she's saying 50 subscribers in 1 month. Why not? If you've got 50 people interested in listening to you and they believe that your content is providing value to them, then I think that is a very good start. You're thinking 50 subscribers in 1 month. So if you're posting once per week or twice per week, these are really not so many videos and you still manage to get 50 subscribers. So that is good. 5 people to engage to my first 4 videos. Okay, that is realistic. So she wants to have 5 people writing her, thank you for your tips, or asking her questions. People to share their stories and ask questions. And it is really important, and it's not easy to get people to open up to you, to ask you questions. If they ask you questions, then it means that you are already starting to position yourself as an expert in that domain. People usually don't go to someone who seems like a loser and who doesn't have an idea about what he's talking about, right? So you go to those who seem that they've shown considerable amount of knowledge, of expertise, people that you trust. You go to them and you ask them, okay, so here's my problem. Do you have an idea how to solve it? Or you mentioned that part, what did you mean about it? So engagement is definitely one of the most relative matrices for being successful on YouTube. And then lastly, how would you turn an unaware visitor into an interested customer? Create a clear one-liner message you want to send across. Surprisingly, you create a lot of videos on YouTube, and the watch times that people are not watching the whole videos, you guys. People are just watching, mostly watching the beginning of the videos, 1 or 2 minutes, unless they're truly hooked and they're really interested in watching the solution that you are providing. Unless they really feel that they're engaged with you, they wouldn't be watching the full video. So what you want to do is you want to engage them, introduce yourself at the very beginning of the video so that they would stay. And that is the importance of your one liner. People make their decision at the very beginning of your video, so your one liner is really important. What's Juan's one liner here? She says, work from home and homeschooling your kids in balance. Okay, so I understand now that she's someone who can help me to work from home and homeschool my kids in balance, and balance is so important. And basically, the problem she's been trying to solve is that there is an imbalance in this. People are working from home, but they're totally losing their balance. Now let's look at the second part, and these are just 2 pages, but you guys realize that it's very insightful. If you go through these questions, and it might take you some time to research the other YouTubers, see what are they providing, research the internet, see what are the existing courses for this, see what other people are doing about it, survey a little bit, collect information, because the last thing you want to do is to create strategy that is based on assumptions. You can't just say, okay, so I assume this is happening in La La Land. The worst thing you can do is to build a strategy that is unrealistic, right? So take your time to verify that your information is real and that it is significant, and that what are the existing solution for them. So moving forward, how does your customer look like? So she says, well, there are people who are working from home and they seek to be efficient. Now, not everyone working from home is efficient, right? So there could be some people who are okay with it. But no, she's interested in those who are seeking to be efficient. They realize that there is something wrong, or that they could be doing things in a better way. So these are the people she's after. New to working from home. That's not something that they've been doing for years and they figured it out already. So she already knows that there has to be an entry level to her content that she's providing. So she's like, okay, they have to be new to working from home, and then parents. They have to be parents and responsible for teaching their kids while working from home. Because you could be a parent, but you're not really the one struggling with teaching your kids, right? So for her client, for her ideal client to be fully engaged and really interested in her solutions, they have to be a parent responsible for teaching their kids from working from home. Because if they're not responsible, then they don't feel the pain of that problem, right? And then her solution doesn't mean anything for them. Well, they're English speakers because Juan wants to provide her content in English, so obviously there'll be English speakers. And then she has some assumption that our target audience is modern and open to new ideas, because maybe her solution is going to include some new ideas. Why not? So that is an assumption that she's yet to confirm. And how do you confirm your assumptions? You watch closely who's following you, what are the type of questions they are asking you. Ask them questions, get to know them. If they're following you on social media, get to know who's following you, check their profiles, and just really explore who's following you so that you can come up with a better solution, better customized solution. And then, which platforms would you use to promote your channel? She's saying, okay, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I would understand why she's using LinkedIn, because maybe she's targeting because she is not maybe she's targeting people who are employed, or maybe they're entrepreneurs who are having LinkedIn accounts. So either ways, they're professionals. So she's targeting professionals, that's why they're in LinkedIn. Facebook and Instagram. Now, here's a tip that I want to share with you. When you are starting this out, when you're starting to create a presence on YouTube, focus just on YouTube. Somebody would tell me, but how am I supposed to focus just on YouTube? And then you're telling us, okay, select a social media platform. Okay, let me answer this. You are not going to be focusing on creating audience on Instagram or on Facebook. What you want to do is use your existing audience from the social media that you already exist in and create this traffic to YouTube. And within time realize that it's vice versa. People are adding you because they found you on YouTube or they found you on Instagram. And then Facebook and Instagram are very easy to manage because now there is a business toolbox that you can link your Facebook account to your Instagram account and you will just post once. So what you want to do is you want to minimize all the effort that you are spending on the other social media. Focus on creating your content for YouTube, and then you will see that automatically you're creating a loop. What are you selling, and what would your target be to get additional to the free content you're providing? So this is really important because you don't want to just give information. Yeah, it's beautiful, you want to provide a solution, but remember that you are using YouTube as a marketing tool. And the perspective of marketing is not that you're trying to pursue people to buy from you. No, no, no. You're trying to educate them, you're trying to give them a solution to something they might be interested in. So you need to categorize what are you giving for free and what are you giving for money. So obviously what you're giving for free has to be valuable enough so that people give you their attention, maybe their loyalty, maybe their contact. And then what you're selling has to be also valuable enough so that people will pay for it. So what are you providing that people would pay for? So you need something valuable. And from that idea comes the idea of a lead magnet. A lead magnet has to be something that is interesting enough so that people would go to your platform. You're taking them off YouTube and you're giving them valuable information, so valuable that they say, yeah, we think she can provide us, like, we think she has more information to give us. Yeah, maybe we can trust her. No, it's actually yes, we trust her. So the lead magnet will be this bridge that will help you to take your audience from a trustable platform, which is YouTube, to trust you as an individual or as a business owner. And the only way to get them to trust you is through the authenticity of the information, the value that you're giving them. And is it really something that they're looking for? Is it worth their money? Is it worth their time? So for Juan here, she has an A to Z working from home while homeschooling your kid balance kit. That's perfect. A to Z solutions would almost always work because people don't want to spend so much time juggling through your free content and trying to find what you have here for them. And no, they want you to grab their hand and just take them towards the solution, right? So give them that A to Z solution for their problem. Subscription based community, because communities are really powerful tools and you can easily create a community because you've got people who are interested in a problem, in a solution for it. They are kind of similar people because they all are your target clients, and you put them in a place, you provide them information, they interact, and then maybe they will even bring more insight to it. This will help you as a business owner because you will get to know your clients, so you are able to customize your solution to them specifically. This is something like to create a focus group in business. So this will really help you to have a community, and it helps people as well because if I'm facing a certain problem, it makes me feel very happy that I'm not the only one who's facing it. I'm not the only one who's trying to find a solution for it, and I'm not the only one who has found this specific solution for it, and I'm going through it. So the community is everyone who's walking with you through the journey. So communities are beautiful. email list with tips and weekly hacks. That is perfect. So Juan here has got a a clear idea of what she's trying to sell. She believes that this is valuable now. She only needs to work on it. Remember that in the beginning I told you that YouTube channel planner consists of certain questions. You answer them, and we've just been through the journey. We answered these questions for Juan here, who's trying to solve a problem of imbalance of homeworking, working from home, and homeschooling. And I also told you that I will tell you how to extract information from all the questions that you've answered so that you create useful things, like things that you can actually use for your channel. So one of these things is the introduction. So we have the one liner. You already created the one liner for Juan here. She's trying to her one liner is work from home and homeschool your kids in balance. That's her one liner. She identified her clients, she identified her social media platform, she knows what she's gonna sell. Now, what is her introduction? It is super effective to have an introduction video in your YouTube channel. You want to introduce yourself, you want to say what is your one liner, what are the values that you are providing, maybe who you're targeting, and basically what to expect from you, what is the frequency of posting. And remember that the YouTube algorithm would recognize you only in case that you are consistent in your posting. So Juan here says, hi, my name is Juan. I'm here to help you. Let's see what Juan would say. Juan would say, hi, my name is Juan. I'm here to help you work from home and homeschool your kids in balance. For me, I already know what Juan is about and what she can provide me. And then she will go on and she will provide some value. Maybe she will say, I'll help you to be part of a community. I'll give you tips and time hacks in organizing your time while you're working from home. I'll give hacks for busy moms. Whatever value that she finds, she could just add here, add about 2 or 3 values. And then she will say, follow the content I share every Sunday morning at 6 a.m. For example, be specific. Or for example, in my channel, I would say follow the content that I share twice weekly so that people would know how frequently you are providing content, and then see you and have a great day. Yeah, that's beautiful. Juan has just introduced herself and she was able to say what is her one liner, what is she here to do, how she can provide you value, and when to expect her. Now, what about the lead magnet? Remember that going through these questions will help you to figure out the insights for everything else. This is not just a template. You're picking your brain a little bit, you're doing some thinking, but it's very systemized that you don't even realize how easy it is, because these are smaller bits of questions that you go through, and if you go through this exercise you'll be surprised. And at the end of it, like, you're looking at Juan here and you're realizing, oh, she's figured it all out. Well, I'm not specialized in this, and it took me some time to go through the exercise, answer the questions, and come out with content that is valuable, right? This is content that I already know. These are courses that I've already watched, and yeah, I could relate to busy mothers working from home again. So I followed my own rules. Now, what is the lead magnet that she's going to provide? So she's going to provide top 5 tools to organize your tasks while you're working from home. This is gonna be a document or a video. Yeah, people would be interested in that. You find someone on YouTube and she's telling you, okay, you guys, she did like some video, let's say, okay, you guys, these are the top 5 tools I use to organize my time during working from home. I use Google Calendar to schedule tasks, and then she goes and she shows you how to use Google Calendar and how she can link Google Calendar to her notification in her mobile. I use Trello, and Trello is a tool basically to have all your tasks. So you would have like even cleaning the dishes, task, shopping, and all of that, as well as your work, so that you really plan it all. and you don't end up just planning your time for work in segregation, but you plan your whole day, and you get to share it with your spouse, with your family. So Trello is really very useful tool that I use. Yeah, considering that I'm Juan, so you'll go to YouTube, you'll find Juan. Juan is talking about these 5 tools to organize your tasks. She talks about Google Calendar. Maybe you knew already about Google Calendar. Maybe you didn't know that it's really easy to use and to have it on your mobile phone, and it notifies you. Okay, maybe you knew about Trello, maybe not. So Joanna has given you some new information, and then she says some further tips. Agree on babysitting hours with your spouse. Okay, that's maybe a good idea. You don't have to handle the full responsibility yourself. So you could just agree on babysitting hours. Maybe you'll give your husband a deal, right? So it'll be like, okay, so you do it one day, I do it one day. Let me schedule around your meeting hours. When are the important meetings that you have to go through? Maybe you could take the mornings, maybe he would take the evenings. So she would elaborate, obviously, and elaborating will create value. And when you find value in her video or in her document, wouldn't you start to trust her a little bit? So the fourth thing she would talk about in her lead magnet is allocate a working space. So this working space could be a desk that you have and you only sit there. Though it's within your home, you would only sit there if you need to work. And maybe she would say, okay, dress up when you're about to start your working day. Don't come in your pajamas. Why? Because you wanna psychologically disconnect yourself from being at home and being at work. So that is value that she's just shared with you a few tips. And then she would say how to block YouTube from your kids' devices. And I know a lot of moms are complaining that their kids are on YouTube all the time. So there is a way to block it. You could block it from the router, or you could block it from the device locally, or you could block it from your PC or MacBook. So there are ways to block it, and maybe a lot of moms or a lot of parents out there don't know how to block it. So she's giving something practical. Now if you are someone who's already her target client and you are interested in the problem, you're looking for solutions, and she's just giving you some solutions for now that are insightful, which is like a lead magnet. She's talking about it in a video, and then she's like, go to this website and download it. Or she created a video that is about also something similar, and then she tells you, okay, go and get my lead magnet about the 5 tools to organize your task while working from home. Wouldn't you buy in? Wouldn't you go for it? I mean, there is nothing to lose, right? You're getting information for your email address. And then she would say an extra bonus, and you guys, people love bonuses. Why? Because you over deliver. Because they feel like, okay, I paid for only this mobile, but if they gave me a mobile and a suitcase for it, I'll be happy, because at the end of the day I just paid for the mobile, right? And I got something extra. Bonus for her is time hacks for busy moms checklist. Okay, great. So if you're a busy mom, make sure that you check these tasks of your calendar first thing in your first hour. Do this, do. So she's providing some insight of someone who spent some effort, who spent some time figuring out the solution, understanding what the problem is, and tried to come up with a solution for it. Now, if you are her target customer, would you be interested in Juan to help you to get over your problem? I would be. I would be very interested, because she's already showed me that she's capable of doing that. The last one, this is what are you selling? This is what she's already selling. Basically, she's selling an A to Z working from home, subscription-based community, and email list with tips and weekly hacks. Now, the last part of this presentation is for you. So what I did for you is an easy to print and fill. A lot of people love to print their documents because and then they would fill it with a pen or a pencil, and then they would just go through it put everything that they have in mind. You can do that. If you are like me, I love the digital stuff, so you can still print it and maybe move these questions to your Evernote or to a conversation with yourself on WhatsApp and try to answer them. Take some time answering these questions, and you will figure out that you've come up with the whole strategy for your YouTube channel. And in the next videos, I'm going to share with you. You guys might be wondering, how would I come up with all that? I have a very easy way for people to come up with all that, because I was able to come up with it, and I'm just a regular person. I haven't done like extensive research on this issue. I've done like enough research for me to figure out how to do the balance between working from home and raising a kid. If I can do it, then I think you can do it. I think you can invest your time, some time, to do it. Passive income has got to have value, so you need to provide some value there. You need to put some effort, but the difference is you're doing something that you love. The solution could be even for yourself because you are interested in it. That's why I'm saying try to find the people who are in like who are like you, who would understand you. You're trying to basically find the solution that you are facing, so it's more fun. You're doing it anyway because you are anyway trying to find a solution for yourself. That's why my target audience are those people who they have a mobile phone, they have a laptop, they are interested in learning, they're interested in looking for solutions, and I hope you're one of them. And if you are, and by now this is the end of the presentation, this is how it looks like. You're gonna go and download this same presentation, go through it, read it, fill in everything you need to fill, and by the end of it, you will come up with a solid base for your YouTube channel. And remember, please, don't do it the easiest way. That doesn't work. Don't just start uploading random videos on your YouTube channel. Try to have a strategy for it so that you make sure that it's sustainable and it does provide value. And by now, we've reached the end of the presentation. Thank you so much. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe and follow me across my social media. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.
If this was something of value to you, I invite you to comment it and let me know how was it. Did you understand everything that I shared? Are there a few things you need me to clarify on? Ask me any questions that you feel like. Comment below and let me know how this works for you. And if you feel like you need to watch the video again, it was a lot of information, please feel free to do that. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.